welcome back. I hope you are doing well this Saturday. I think it is now afternoon. I was actually supposed to be back Saturday morning, but sometimes you just have to lay in a little bit. But hey, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I hope that you are doing well. And yeah, today is going to be definitely a day of many stories and quite varied. And I think that at least a couple of them are going to kind of fit into Law and Order-esque type themes. So yeah, hopefully you will enjoy, because I'm just kind of curious to see if you were aware of these things and your thoughts on some of these stories too. And also, since it is Saturday, and I don't know where it is and how it's going in your neck of the woods, but it is blistering hot already where I'm at. And the sun is a beating down, I tell you what. So I'm going to be staying in the confines of my AC home, and I'm so grateful and thankful for that. But if you're going to be out and about, please be safe, stay hydrated, and yeah, just go ahead and take those breaks going inside if you can. But if you're not able to, when you're out and about and enjoying whatever festivities that are going on, be sure to stay hydrated. It's so important. And of course, we've also are in the celebratory midst of Juneteenth. So I know there's probably some activities going on in many locations. So if you're going to be out and about doing that, I hope you have a lot of fun. Have some fun for me. And again, just stay safe. So like I was sharing, I'm actually going to be coming on a few times today with a lot of different stories. And since there were so many things going on this week that I really was interested in and wanted to kind of just get your feel and your thoughts and just conversate about, I thought I would have a couple of them that would have maybe solo focus, and for the other ones would kind of be in a roundup, if you will, type of video. So definitely make sure, if you're not already subscribed, that you do get subscribed, be a part of the family, be a part of the community. I would love to have. And make sure that notification bell on the all so you do not miss any of the uploads that are coming up. I also have several videos that have been up over the last couple of days. I am really, really happy about, coming back and just sharing these stories with you guys. So, we're hitting it. I had every intentions to come back yesterday, but you know how it is when you got to prepare stuff, and it just, things took a little bit longer than I anticipated, but that's okay. We're back in the saddle again, and definitely wanted to make sure I, get these stories out to you guys, and, just get the community, I guess, like block party type-esque thing going on here. So definitely you do have some binging to do if you so choose to. There's lots of videos out there for you to binge on. So yeah, and then of course for today, and I think for tomorrow as well. So yeah, we're jam-packing a lot of stories, a lot of things going on. If one thing for sure, life always stays busy. So yeah, so I guess with that, I am actually going to go ahead and start with our first story for today. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, because I just became aware of this earlier this week, and it was pretty fascinating to me. Apparently, there was this gentleman who was on the FBI's most wanted list. And yeah, he was an Cnbc host. So I don't know, you may recognize it when I pop up his picture, but yeah, they actually, arrested him. He was being arrested for security fraud and all kinds of stuff. So didn't know if you were aware of that story, but I thought I would share it, and, maybe we can talk about it a little bit, because it's kind of out of this world. My whole question and thought was how he thought he was going to get away with it. But, I guess we'll read on and see what's going on as of late, because it was quite a busy weekend for him last weekend into this week. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with that. Okay. Of course, I want to pull up so you know exactly who we're talking about. But yeah, I was pretty fascinated, because I mean, I tell you what, it's always somebody doing something. Always somebody doing something. Okay. Just bear with me for a second. There we go. There we go. There we go. I just love the singing. All right. And let's go ahead and pop up his picture. Yeah, so if you recognize this guy, I mean, I watch a lot of news myself, but if you're an avid news watcher and you recognize this gentleman, let me know in the comment section because I was a little blown away. Maybe I shouldn't be because there's all kinds of stuff going on. And 2024 is definitely been the year of reveal. And yeah, just anything that was done in the dark is definitely coming to light. So yeah, but I was pretty shocked. And I feel like I recognize him, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, I tell you what, you just never know, right? You just never know. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this story. Now, according to CBSNews.com, a former CNBC analyst turned fugitive arrested by FBI after nearly 3 years on the run. A former CNBC analyst who ended up on the FBI's most wanted list for white-collar crimes was arrested over the weekend after being charged with defrauding investors, federal prosecutors announced on Monday. James Arthur McDonald, 52, of California, was a frequent guest on CNBC and the CEO and chief investment officer of the companies Hercules Investments, LLC, and Index Strategy Advisors, Inc. According to an indictment from a federal grand jury, McDonald allegedly lost tens of millions of dollars of Hercules' client money after adopting a risky short position that effectively bet against the health of the United States economy in the aftermath of the U.S. presidential election in late 2020. Justice Department officials said in a news release, the predicted market decline did not happen, causing clients to lose between $30 and $40 million. McDonald's compensation from Hercules Investments was primarily based on a percentage of assets he was managing, prosecutor has said, meaning that the company's losses in the light of McDonald's short positions significantly decreased the fees he was able to collect. So in early 2021, McDonald allegedly solicited millions of dollars in funds from investors as part of a capital raise for Hercules Investments. He allegedly misrepresented how the funds would be used, telling investors he would launch a mutual fund and failed to disclose the investment company's losses the previous year. He allegedly raised $675,000 from one victim group. McDonald spent $174,610 of that at a Porsche dealership. More than $100,000 was transferred to the landlord of a home McDonald was renting, and nearly another $7,000 was spent on a website selling designer menswear, prosecutors said. McDonald also allegedly falsely represented clients to Index Strategy Advisors and sent clients their false account statements that misrepresented how much money was in their accounts. Boy, this guy was quite the peach. McDonald became a fugitive in late 2021 when he failed to appear before the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, prosecutors said. McDonald had been called before the commission to testify in response to allegations he had defrauded investors. In September 2022, the SEC filed a civil complaint charging McDonald and Hercules Investments with violating federal securities law. The filing found that McDonald was liable for $3,810,346 in net profits gained because of alleged misconduct. A federal arrest warrant was filed then, but McDonald remained on the run. McDonald allegedly told one person he had planned to vanish, according to court documents, and closed out his phone and email accounts. In January 2023, a federal grand jury in Los Angeles returned an indictment charging him with 1 count of securities fraud, 1 count of wire fraud, 3 counts of investment advisor fraud, and 2 counts of engaging in monetary transactions and property derived from unlawful activity. Over the weekend, he was arrested by the FBI at a home in Port Orchard, Washington. Now, it appears to me that he didn't get away too far. I mean, really, he'd been on the run for 3 years, so Washington just doesn't seem to have gotten much leg, between there and Los Angeles. McDonald made his first appearance in the United States District Court in Tacoma, Washington, but will be brought to Los Angeles to face federal charges in the coming weeks. If convicted, he faces a maximum sentence of 20 years in federal prison for each count of securities fraud and wire fraud. up to 10 years on the monetary transactions derived from unlawful activity count, and up to another 5 years for the count of investment advisors fraud. Woo-wee. Yeah, they definitely got him. I mean, this is insane. Have you heard about this story? Oh my goodness. One, I was kind of surprised that they didn't find him someplace else, but maybe, with him being on the FBI's wanted list, it probably wasn't as easy for him to move around, the console of anything. So he probably couldn't bolt out of the country without, being alerted, through any form of transportation that he possibly could come up with. I don't know if he had a family or anything like that. And, it seems to be that they found him in a home. So maybe somebody, I don't necessarily think someone necessarily was helping him, doesn't say that. Of course, all things are alleged because everything is still going through the process, but he's definitely no longer on the run. But I just was so flabbergasted at the fact that this is a gentleman that you probably saw in your home several times on the TV, talking about whatever it is that he was talking about. And here he over here embezzling and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, I mean, this was an insane type of case, but there's probably so many different types of situations going on that are very similar. And clearly he thought he was going to get away with it. Now, of course, with the chaos of 2020 and into 2021, there was a lot of individuals, some celebrities as well, that have been caught up in situations such as the PPP loans, and other types of fraudulent activities. So, I mean, it's a lot going on right now. Actually, there was a couple, I'm not really sure where they were located, but I came across this article. It might have been maybe a year ago, and I don't know what's ever happened to them. Maybe I'll try to do a check and find out. But they actually left their kids because, if I'm not mistaken, they had taken out some PPP loans and used it for different things, not for the company that they claimed that they had. And if you can recall and remember, those PPP loans were there to help individuals with different, activities and such for their companies and payroll and all that kind of stuff. And some of these people were just going out and buying homes and cars and all kinds of stuff with just no care in the world. And here's the thing, this is government run. So even if you're not, caught in the early stages of when you're doing all this fraudulent activity, eventually the government's going to catch up to you. So the fact that they thought they were actually going to get away with this for any real length of time really surprised me. And it didn't seem like their operation was that sophisticated either. And so what ended up happening, from what I recall, is that the couple ended up being arraigned, and somehow they were allowed to be out on bond or something of a sort. So they had some time before their actual court dates were going to take hold. We weren't anywhere near sentencing or anything like that. So what they did is they had 2 younger children, from what I understand, and they bolted. And so when it came time for whatever that court date is, because they were kind of left to their own reconnaissance, maybe they never, committed any crimes before, and they thought it would be okay, and it wasn't okay. So I don't know what ended up happening with the couple, but yeah, from what I understand, they left the country and everything else. How they managed to do that, I don't know. Must have had some people helping them, maybe, who knows? But yeah, it was crazy. And I just remember reading it and being like, what on earth are these people doing? So yeah, if you heard this story, go ahead and let me know. Tell me your thoughts down in the comment section. I personally think he's in a lot of trouble. I'll say that. He's in a lot of trouble. And I don't understand why people still think that they can get away with these kinds of things. And quite frankly, it didn't seem like it was very sophisticated either. It seemed like it was kind of put together in a humdrum way. And maybe for a while you got away with it. But as you can see, it's always time for things to come to light. So the chickens definitely came home to roost. So yeah, definitely make sure you leave your comments down below if you heard the story, what's your thoughts about it, what are your alleged predictions, but just go ahead and throw those in the comment section. And yeah, I am definitely glad to be back with you again today. And again, make sure that you do keep yourself subscribed and your bell on, because I will come up with another video I'll be dropping in a few short hours. So yeah, and that's going to be an interesting one too. That's a doozy also, and a shocker actually. But you'll know why. I'll tell you why then. But definitely make sure you leave your comments down below. And I hope you are having a good weekend thus far. I hope you are being safe and just kind of relaxing and enjoying, because boy, this has been quite a week. A lot has been going on this week. A lot of good stuff, which I also did some videos about that. But then also too, a lot of challenging things going on. So hopefully you are resting and relaxing and enjoying your Saturday, no matter what you're doing. And hopefully you're hanging out with me a little bit too, right? Make sure you binge if you need to, but also get yourself some air. Well, what air you can probably get. Because it is crazy. This weather is so super hot. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bid you adieu, but I will see you in a few hours. So take care. Bye.